Hi, my name's Andrew Broughton. I live in Airdrie, Alberta, and I've been doing live sound my whole life. My current and latest gig is Rain, a tribute to the Beatles touring show. Been with them for 11 years, and we'd probably still be out right now if it wasn't for COVID. I'm also a computer programmer. I enjoy software that does automation, control systems, things like that. My latest work has to do with controlling mixers over the internet. I've also written some companion modules for controlling Yamaha and Allen and Heath consoles. And yeah, like that. Always interested in learning more. And if you're interested in anything I'm doing, check me out at www.checkcheck12.com. That's all spelled out in letters, CHECK, That's my site, and thanks for listening.
Hi, my name's Dave Node, based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. I fell in love with technical theater in high school, and that led into mixing live sound at theme parks and doing lights and media at the time, which was 35mm slides. I also got to work on concerts for bands like Chicago and the B-52s. I started my first sound and lighting company back in 1986. Over the past decade and a half, I've had the privilege to work for mostly Fortune 100 end clients. I got to travel all over North America and Canada and Mexico and the Caribbean and even Hawaii. I find myself doing main screen switch, camera switch, running media servers, doing projection, all sorts of V1 positions. With a bachelor's degree in technical theater design, APS and ACE certification, Christie projection and switching certifications, and recently Barco Level 2 certifications, I get to design and execute some really challenging and fun projects now. During the pandemic, I dove into the social media side of our industry. I've written articles on virtual solutions and facilitated owner sessions for Avixa. During one of my weekly Zoom panels and cocktail parties, I was reintroduced to Omar, who turned me on to AV Educate. It's been a pleasure to participate in the AV Educate Facebook page and to share my experience on the AV Tech Talks panel. I love supporting my industry colleagues with education and mentorship during these challenging times. Thanks for tuning in.
Hi, my name is Iris. Currently, I am part of the in-house staff at the Omni Champions Gate outside Orlando, Florida. I've done a bit of everything from theater to radio, television, live events. I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater, and my first job was in radio, so you never know where you're going to end up in this. I'm part of this community because I believe in education, and during this time, I believe everyone can improve their knowledge to get more gigs and do more things and just be more flexible in the new whatever it is we're going into. But I appreciate you're here. I hope you learned something and have fun watch the show.
Hello and welcome to AV Tech Talks. How's everybody doing today? It is the first episode of 2021. I realized I didn't play our intro video. Oh, shucks. I forgot to hit that button. That's okay. Tonight we're talking about Discord. It's going to be a pretty interesting and pretty... there's going to be some opportunities for hands-on stuff with our audience. So if you don't have Discord yet, you can download Discord. Sorry, I will get the link in the chat where you can go to
Discord.gg.
Cool. I'll get that in the chat in a second. But first, Chris, do you want to walk us through our normal house rules?
Absolutely. So as normal, we go live every Monday at 7 p.m. By the way, Happy New Year, everybody. We do everything we can to try to get to all the comments and questions that come in. If you want to join, I know that number's changed for how to get into the Zoom room, but Ed will drop a link of how to enter the Zoom room for us. Again, we are here every Monday. Due to the nature of streaming and the delay and everything that happens from our Zoom room, to when it hits Facebook, do not worry. We will get to your question. We will get to anything that you want to ask. Be the sharpshooter in the room. We don't know everything, even though we claim to half the time. No, I'm joking. But ask questions, because the only way we can answer or get things answered, even if it's the simplest question, startup question, an advanced question, ask it so we can get it. And again, that goes to we don't know everything. Of course, we don't know everything. That's what we're here to do. We're here to learn and teach things together. Something that you might not know how to do simpler, somebody else might know how to do simpler to help everybody out. Again, it's the whole live Q&A session. So as presenting and demoing things go on, questions are coming in and being answered at the same time. Of course, the shameless plug, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and as of course, our YouTube. And I want to preference our YouTube. Definitely want to get on there and subscribe to that YouTube, because there's going to be some stuff coming to YouTube soon that we're going to get into later on.
Great. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate that. So hopefully I just put that link to Discord in the chats. So now would be a great time to go ahead and pop on there. You can download the app either on a phone, on your desktop, any mobile device. You can log in with a web browser once you make an account. This is going to be something that you want to definitely play with today. Like I said, there's going to be some opportunities to do some hands-on with us. So with that said, anybody in the panel who has used Discord? Cool. So Dave, could you tell us how you use Discord?
Yeah, I learned about it through the Office Hours Discord and kind of fell in love with it. I use it all the time. Even when I miss the show, I'll go back and really quickly get to a topic and I figured out, which session something was talked about or a question was. It's a great kind of repository of the information people have shared over time, links and things. I was on a show in Philadelphia this summer, and the guys for the production company forgot to put any intercom on the truck. So I said, hey, let me just spin up a Discord. So I have NodeCom as a server, and we all just put in the earbuds, plugged in our phones, and we use it as intercom on the show for 3 days. That worked really well. I just used it for the Western Section AUA conference. I had 4 different cities as different places originating urology conferences, and we were all discussing in back channel. Our tech room was all connected via Discord. So it works really great.
You're saying you didn't have to be connected to the local internet like some other communication devices require?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, some of the guys just used it on their cell service. Some of us, ran it through the same internet. It worked really well.
So we should have just asked you to lead tonight's talk, because you're already...
Well, I just gave you the entirety of all I've used Discord for right there in 5 minutes. Show's over. If I was leading it, you'd be done.
Great. Jeff, I think you had your hands up. You said you've used Discord before?
Yeah, for a little while anyways. Same introduction as Dave in the sense of office hours, and they use it pretty extensively as far as messaging. And so it's a great library of messaging, and, they have breakouts for community events and I need help, and it works super on my phone. 24 hours a day, it's dinging me, and it's super that way. I know I'm not leveraging it very much. I'm there often, but not very deep, if you will. So that's why I'm here tonight, is to learn more about it. And I had a choice: learn it from my sons or learn it from Bodie. And so I'm here instead right now. See what I can show them I come out with in a couple hours.
It's better if they don't know what you know, right?
That's right.
To that point that you mentioned, it's the organization, because it is a server based. It's the organization of your chats, of your channels is very useful. Anyone who's used something like Slack, it has similar functionality to that, but much more expansive from my experience with it. Does anyone else want to share anything they've said before we kick it to Bodie? Andy Lipnick.
Yeah, and I'm echoing the other guys, because I discovered Office Hours Discord through Office Hours. But the thing I'm blown away by is how Office Hours has leveraged it as a knowledge base. And to that, the strength seems to be really in, for one, the people who are adding tabs to it for different subject matters. So, for example, in office hours, we have a video tab, an audio tab, and within those, there are sub categories, such as in the audio tab, there is remote collaboration, there's music, there's Unity, if you're into Unity Connect and intercoms. There's microphones, a lot of chat about microphones, what people are using. And what's great about that is for example, I'll just give an example. A lot of folks have been having trouble using like a headset mic with a TRS or a TRRS, connector on it, getting it to work with a standard interface and like which adapter to use and all that. So they'll post on that channel and someone will have an answer for them. And they can get it quickly. They can get it the same day. They might even get it like within seconds. And that as a community is huge. So that's all I got to say.
Yeah, if you have a good user base, and then like you said, community people are on there to and they respond as Jeff mentioned, he's getting ding ding dings all day with the pinging of stuff.
Show you how to mute that.
yeah, that'd be nice. Show I think Omar was asking when we were talking yesterday, was saying he would love to not get all the pings and dings.
Or selectively get them, because I don't get any of them for some reason. One of my questions
it could
later
be
on.
Absolutely could be a setting. So we'll go through all that.
Cool.
And then Justin, maybe you probably have
no dings at all.
No dings at all. Yeah, we'll Bodie will make sure we show the no ding at all button. Justin, I'm guessing maybe you use it in gaming, similar to maybe how Bodie does. Is that accurate? Have you used it for gaming communication?
No, I've go ahead, Justin.
Oh, sorry, I meant Justin Butler. Sorry, I didn't think Justin Herminghaus was doing as much gaming.
I've used it a little bit, but not a whole lot. So, hoping to find out a little bit more from Bodie tonight.
Great. And I mean, I did mention gaming. That's kind of where it started, right, Chris? You want to maybe tell us how you use it, and I'm gonna show our Facebook audience your screen, and I'll let you jump right into it.
So I actually didn't start using Discord as a gaming centric. Yes, gaming, but not for everyday gaming like I do now. I started using Discord for tournaments. So I was a professional Gears of War player back in the day, and a lot of the tournament-based setups were all through Discord. That's where a lot of the communication came through, a lot of the tournament schedules, what tournaments you had to play in to qualify for the next rounds and things like that. So that's how I got introduced to Discord. And then it started becoming more of a gaming thing with computer gaming big time, because that's mostly what the only way to get communication in some of the games. Some of the games don't have invoice chat, or the invoice chat sucks so bad that you can't hear the other person because they sound like they're talking on a CB radio 10,000 miles away. So that's where I started using Discord. So what you're seeing right now is actually my Discord. It's called The Infected, hence the name Toxic Biowolf. So I kind of play off my name, even though it has nothing to do with any of that, but I play off of it with Infected here. So the first thing you see when you come in to Discord is this is the list of all the, this is just the general chat that comes in. Off to the side here, this is what I was talking to Ed about earlier. I have my Discord separated and set up. Basically, these are all my mods in my Discord that can do everything in here. And what that means is they have the same permissions basically as I do, except for being able to delete myself and shut the Discord down. They can do everything. They can kick, they can ban, they can mute, they can view auto logs, audit logs, they can do everything. They can reassign roles, they can change people's nicknames, they can do whatever it is that they need to do in order to fulfill their duty in keeping my Discord a place where everybody can be happy. And then these are what I labeled as sub-virus spreaders. These are people who are very communicative into the community, show a lot of support for the community, and are constantly talking, constantly in here, things like that. Most of those are some of my other streamer friends as well. And then the exposed are just the basic people that are in my Discord. They don't come in and they don't communicate a lot, but they do play games every once in a while. And those are what's called roles. Okay, so that's how Discord is set up to be run as, is you can have different roles in the Discord, and roles can be anything. And that we'll get into when we set up the AV Tech Talks one as well. You can have roles to where you can select a role to say, hey, I'm a video guy. Hey, in the AV world, you can make a Discord, set it up, and be like, okay, well, I do lighting, I do video, and I do stream engineering. You can make different tags that they can select to say that's their roles. And you can either make it limited to where they can only see things related to that. So there's a bunch of it. Like, for instance, you see this command center voice channel right here that I just popped into. Nobody else in my Discord can see that channel. Nobody. I'm the only one that has access to that channel. No, not even my mods. Nobody can see me in that channel. They can't even see the channel right now. That is my hidey hole in my own Discord when I want to go in and have private conversations with people about stuff. Like I've had to with some of the people that are in my Discord before, where they were getting into arguments or whatever. Of course, this is gaming related type stuff here, but I'll pull them in here and I'll hide away and I'll be like, listen, you can't do that. If you do that again, I'm kicking you. Basically. So this is like my shame room without publicly shaming. That makes sense. So sorry about the annoying noises. It drives me crazy. So I usually leave it on what's called streamer mode, which blocks all the noises out. So going through my Discord here, it's very simple. Like you guys were saying that with the office hours Discord, they have different tabs, text channels and things like that. So that's basically all this is the general tab where everybody talks in. I have my community day gaming about what we're playing, news in here. Basically, this is just for everybody to come in and mess around in. Basically, the meme channel where people can come in and post memes. This is my merch room, where I have links to my merch and where people post pictures that they received it, discounts that come in, stuff like that. This is my go live area. Basically, this just tags everybody and lets everybody know I'm live. Come check me out. Or this is like some people's only notification that I'm live. So this lets them know. They get a ping on their phone and it's like, oh crap, Buddy's live. Let's go watch it. This is my schedule. This is locked as well. Nobody can post. I'm the only one that can post in here. I'm the only one that can change anything here. Nobody else in my Discord, not even my mods, can change anything in here. Name suggestions. This is where we kind of spitball names for game groups that we do and things like that. Special events that we post in here. See, I posted the Discord, our Zoom chat today, and Facebook for the Discord chat today, and in here about everything that I'm doing with the Extra Life and donating and stuff. Pics, just different pics of people, like, you know, anything, whatever they want to put in there for pictures. Like this picture you're seeing in here right now is 3 o'clock in the morning and it was bright as hell outside. He's like, I don't get why it's so bright. And then, of course, our Among Us server for when we play Among Us about the different crew links. Then these are all voice channels here. As you can see, the movie theater channel, and then Hoopa's movie night. There's a guy in my Discord named Hoopa. He has a fascination with wanting to watch movies as a community, and I have no problem with it. I let him do it. So he comes in here. He will go into this movie theater room and actually stream to that room the movie, and everybody can join and watch the movie. And if they choose to talk together, they can. And things like that. So before we move on, basically, is there any questions from here so far?
So, and
if I'm going too fast, let me know. Tell me to slow down.
Well, what I was going to say is, I mean, it looks like your channel just looks your server looks very complex. Like there's a lot going on. Is it always this kind of
nope.
This much? Like
you can make it as simple or as complicated as you want.
Great. And how about how many users do you does your server handle? Or do you have?
My server right now has about 125 users in it. My server alone. A standard Discord server can hold 10,000 members. A standard one, until you have to basically, when you reach 10,000 members, then you have to go to Discord and be like, hey, I need a bigger slot. You know what I mean? I need more capacity. Now there's a way to do that monetarily, or the Discord will say, okay, yeah, we see that you're doing something here. We'll open it up. I'm part of a Discord. What is it? One of the Twitch Orlando Discord, I believe it is. They are about 14,000 members. And at 10,000 members, they couldn't accept anymore. They had to reach out to a Discord moderator and say, hey, we need to figure out how to bump this up. And basically it was just email verifying that all, 1,400 users are real users and not bot accounts, because bot accounts don't account towards your user limit. So if you have 500 bots, and what I mean by bots is like this Me6 right here. This is a bot that's in my channel, has the bot tag. And what it does is I can set different things. I can set it to automate different things up for me if I wanted to. But I keep it in there to, so that way I can type commands in. So that's what I use it for, is I use it for command processing, where I can just type in general a command and it'll auto populate that command in. So that's what I use that one for. But you can add, there's tons of like plugin bots basically is what it is that you can add to Discord. And they just have to verify that it's not, 500 bots in your Discord that's taking up room. And then they're going to look at you and say, basically, why do you have so many bots? Get rid of them. But no, it's all in how simple and how simple you want it to be or how complex you want it to be. Let's see.
So before you, Eugene Palmer here in Zoom said, sorry, but can you take a couple steps back and describe what the platform is and its general purpose for some of us newbies who have no idea where or why to begin? Sure,
yeah. So Discord is a server-based community organization is what it is. It's a communication server, video server. It's just basically a communications land of communications is the easiest way to put it. You make private servers that you can invite people to. They can access your server. They can access the things in your server and do things in your server. For my use is a lot simpler or a lot easier for me to explain than what we'll be using it for the AV Educate or for you to use it on a show or anything like that. And I'm going to explain how you can use it on a show as well. But for simplistic uses, I use it so that way I can chat with people that I'm playing games with. I go into voice channels and the people that I'm playing with come into that voice channel with me, and we're able to communicate in real time with each other of what's going on in the game so we can combine strategy or whatever the case and scenario is. Hell, there's been nights that I just get in it and we just talk and hang out and BS and stuff like that. So it's basically just a communication platform is what it is, and it's server-based platform.
I just have a question about that. Is that server, that private server, physically a machine that you own, or is that a service that Discord is hosting for you, but to them it's a private server?
It's a private server that Discord hosts. Is what it is. Yeah, it's kind of like basically for me, it's a cloud server that I can access whenever I want.
Got it. Okay,
it's the easiest way to explain it.
Are you familiar with Slack? And if you are, what would you say is the difference between Slack and Discord?
I haven't used Slack that much. I know of Slack, but I haven't used it enough to give any comparisons to.
By the way, Slack is having a worldwide. They got hit today, or they're down.
They got hit hard.
Yeah.
I use both Slack and Discord. They are very similar. I honestly don't see much difference between them. I'm sure Chris could probably show me exactly how deep we can go on that. But the webhooks that you can use between them are actually even formatted pretty much the same. I think it's a difference of one character.
Yeah, I use them both as well, and I don't find there to be much difference, but I don't go very deep into them. So I would imagine for people that are serious users, there's probably some fundamental differences other than Slack kind of wanting you to pay for it when you start using it for real.
Yeah.
But I was curious why a person would choose Slack over Discord or Discord over Slack.
One thing I've noticed is that I know that Slack has a lot more penetration in the corporate market. I mean, I'm not a gamer, and I know that Discord was really designed with that in mind. But Discord's nice that it's been adopted by other user types and groups. But I do know that the experience I've had with Slack has always been on the corporate level as a communications tool.
So Slack is pretty much set up the same as Discord, where it has its own text channels and voice channels in it as well.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I've seen it, but I haven't messed with it enough to even begin to do a basic understanding of Slack.
Anybody on here that's used Companion would know about Slack. Slack as a companion group.
Cool. We have a couple other questions. Just real quick before we dive in. Chris, how many roles are you managing?
In my Discord alone, I have 6 roles. 6 roles in my Discord alone. And you can have infinite, and that's what I'm getting ready to kind of go through and show a couple other Discords that I'm in here. Like this one, for instance, is a collaborative elite gaming Discord that I'm part of. Here's the 2 founders, the mod teams, the VIPs in here, the subscribers, the members, and it's general, and then they have the general public. So there's over, I think, 650 gamers in this group here, and there is intricate where you can, announcements, welcome new users, GTX hosting for different server-based games and stuff like that they have in here. And then in this one is the one that I really want to dive into to kind of show you, and I kind of so you can make it selectable too for the roles of what they can see and what they can't see. So for instance, this is the role assign list here with all the games that they have in this Discord. And by selecting the corresponding number to that, it will unlock a different part. See here, there's the voice chats for them and things like that. And then they have, I've actually muted and closed it itself, but they have a section in here where it's like update news, different things like that, where if you say you're a Apex player, they have a section in Apex that tells you people that are looking for groups to play Apex, people who they post the updates that Apex is going to do, new character releases, things like that, game information basically, and stuff like that. So it can be like, when I say it can be as complex as you want it to be or as simple going as you want it to be, absolutely. I can show you an example of simplistic, where is the... This is crazy. Grizzlies. This is Grizzly Nations. This is a guy on Twitch who's actually a halfway decent streamer on Twitch. And see, his is just front door, lounge, Grizzly living, the greenhouse, streamer sector, Grizzly gaming, let's game. It's separated so hard. And it depends on what role you have over here of what you can access. So you can make each role have different access to different channels, what they can see, what they can't see, things like that. So, but yeah, I see a couple of questions like Eugene asked the cost. Discord is completely free. Discord does not cost you a penny. Discord is actually was originally designed for voice over IP networking, that I do know. Slack, I don't know where Slack became more business. I'm not sure. So I'm talking about Fred's comment about Slack is more of a business model and Discord is for MPRE for gamers. I don't see.
Yeah, I think he meant more for gamers.
Yeah, more for gamers. Yeah. So I don't see where that would necessarily fit in, because you can make this very business orientated as well if you chose to. It all depends on how you set up your server and how you run it.
I think their market though has always Discord has kind of gone for that gamer younger audience.
Yeah, absolutely, probably has.
I think on their page, or there's public Discords that are not suitable for work hashtagged. So I don't think, Discord's definitely always been less of a business thing, but
the restrictions are there. There's no restrictions. So yeah, there's some Discords that I'm in that have NSFW areas, and it can get pretty bad. And and eventually it's just what it turns into. And it's like, okay, I no longer need to be part of this server. Let me move on because you're of no value to me.
My experience in Slack, was pretty heavy exposure really early on when I owned a software development shop. The developer community, the programmers out there, they tied into Slack in a big way really early. And I don't know, if there was the comparison of both products at the time, but, then it's kind of like kids not wanting to use Facebook because that's an adult platform. It's like, once it's Slack's established as, a developer and a corporate platform, it's kind of the last place they want to be as well. So I think Discord knew they had a market.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there is other communication platforms as well, like Discord and like Slacker. One's called Guilded. I don't recommend Guilded only because Guilded they're not private servers. Guilded is all open community. So anybody can search any server and request to join any server. So you can get flooded with thousands and thousands of requests to join your server of people who have no clue what your server is even about. So I tend to stick to Discord because it's the private server. You can publicize your server. You absolutely can. You can make your server public where it can be searchable and everything. I don't know how well that will work out personally. I'd rather leave it to invite only. But yeah. And then Eugene also asked, you could deliver video to group of users similar to Vimeo. Yeah, so anybody that's in your community, you can share videos too. So like, for instance, I'll do it kind of like right now. If I go in, let's just go into the command center so nobody can see it. And that's my camera. So you can screen share video. Like, so for instance, I can stream share the Zoom. Right, it won't grab it because of how Zoom is set up. But yeah, you can stream anything into the voice channels. Any of the voice channels you can stream anything into. So like, for instance, it's basically just a screen share of what it is. So here, I'll put in the Facebook here. So you can see right here that the Facebook is pulled up and it's showing what's being played. And if I full screened it, it would take over the whole thing. And but there is limitations, 720p, 30 frames a second, unless you do what's called a Nitro Boost to a server. You only need one, but it's $10 a month, and you can do 1080p, 60 frame a second access on that. Yeah, that's basically. So yeah, you can share video to a set community, and be community run only.
That's pretty cool. We got one more question from. I'm not sure how to say. It looks like Martin, but it's not Martin. It's got a J in it. Maybe silence. I think Martin actually reached out to me earlier today. Can I share my iPhone screen that has live video from the camera on set? So are you able to use the camera and get it out to Discord?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what this is right here. So if I go in here, see the video tab I'm in the voice channel, by the way, just so everybody knows, I'm in what's called a voice channel. If I go into the voice channel and I click on video right here, it's showing the Snapcam emblem because that's what camera set up with my Discord. And I'm not using my Snapcam right now, but yeah, this would be a video. So if I were to change the video settings really quick and go test video, it's not going to grab it because I'm in the Zoom, but it's going to show blank because I'm using my camera for Zoom, but my video feed would show up right here where it's blank.
Great. So I think, and sorry, Martin S., but you can do that from an iPhone also. You can
Absolutely.
Use the
it gives you the same option when you enter a voice channel to use video as well.
Okay, we'll take this one question because I know Tucker Dragu had asked me earlier in a Discord for office hours, can you listen or talk to multiple channels simultaneously? He just jumped in if we covered it, which we hadn't. We haven't really got to the comms function yet, but we kind of just jumped into it. But can you do multiple of the channels, the voice channels? Can you hear multiple ones?
You cannot jump into multiple channels at once. You can only access one voice channel at a time, but while you are in a voice channel, you can access any text channel you want and type and do whatever you want while you're in there. So you can only access one voice channel at a time. You can access any general channel or any text channel while you're in that voice channel.
Got it. Great. So, Chris, we kind of jumped into a bit of more advanced stuff. Let's back it up to basics. Do you mind giving us the demo on setting up a Discord server?
Absolutely. So, assuming you've already went to Discord and you've downloaded Discord, which Ed has dropped the link in both chats I've already seen, which is discord.com. You sign up, you make your username and everything. So when you come to Discord, your Discord is going to look like this. You won't have any of the direct messages, but it'll be a blank area right here with no servers. These are all my servers that are here on the side right here. This little plus button, they make it pretty easy to find. It's a plus button that says add server. So we're going to go ahead and add a server. Create my own, and we're going to make a community server. So we are going to name this. I can type right. Wow, I can't type right at all. We're going to name it AV Tech Talks. So as you can see, this is what a blank server looks like. I'm getting pinged messages, of course. Okay, so I do have the image we need. Thank you for that. So this is what a blank server looks like right now. It's literally nothing. All you have is a general text channel and a general chat channel, right? Okay, so as you can see over here, my name in Discord is Toxic Biowolf. But we do not want that to be how we want our names displayed. That's correct, right?
No, it would be great if we did, first name and last name, because, with the AV Tech Talks community, we want to know who people are. And it'd be great if we knew where people are from. So if you can see my name, how it's listed in Zoom right now, it has my first name, last name with a hyphen, and then I just put New York, NY.
Sure.
That would be great.
So awesome. So what you'll do is when you are in the Discord, you have to be in a server to do this. You can make your name, your username, whatever you want it to be. But once you join a server and you're in a server that requires you to do this, you right click on your name if you are on your computer, or you click on your name if you're on the phone. You'll hit manage user. Change nickname. So they want it to be first name. I did it again. I can't type tonight. That's how simple it is to change your nickname on Discord. You just right click, change nickname, and you can have your name, whatever you want it to be, in any Discord that you're in. So say you go into a Discord and they know you by something else, you can change your name to that name that they know you by. You go into the office hours Discord, they require to have your first name, last name, city, state, different things that they require to have in your name and things like that. That's exactly what you can do. You just change your nickname to however you want it. So I know for the AV Tech Talks page, we have asked that everybody does that before they come in. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to set that up really quick. So we are going to have the server settings here, or before server settings. Let's go ahead and add a text channel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a rules channel, right? So as you can see, it gives you a difference of channel type, and there's voice and text. So we're just going to name this rules.
Now, Chris, Beauty Bubble TV on Facebook reminded you want to assign yourself as an admin right away. Perfect.
I am the admin, though. I am the only admin. I'm but I'm the creator. I don't have to assign myself as an admin in this Discord. So you don't have to assign yourself as an admin to the Discord, because I am the creator. I automatically have admin permissions over everything. So I don't have to add myself as an admin. I understand what she's saying is correct. So if you're going to have a bunch of different people adminning the Discord, then yes. But you don't have to add yourself as an admin. This won't go away and it's driving me crazy. Sorry. So yeah, you don't have to assign yourself as an admin to that, because you own the Discord. You have control over everything. What you do is you change the permissions for everyone coming in to only allow them to do certain things. That's the difference. So yes, you can make yourself as an admin, and then everybody has basic roles. So, and I'm being corrected by the one and only that the server name is wrong. So let's correct it because it's capital AV. Sorry. And then he did send me some images to put there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add an image. So what I did is I clicked on server settings. When you're in the server settings, it gives you the overview and it gives you a chance to upload images. So I'm going to upload the image that he sent over for the AV Tech Talks. And you can also crop. So if there's something specific you want in it, you can put it in it. So we're going to go ahead and change that now. So what I did here is you can make a landing page basically where everybody goes to. So everybody, I'm going to force everybody that comes into the Discord, you're going to have to see this page first before entering any other server in the Discord. You have to see this one. So you're going to have to look at the rules and you're going to have to, follow them. You can't say you didn't see them because that's where you're going to get dropped in when you get in here. So for instance, in my Discord, it's just called an exposed area. It drops them right into a area that they see the rules pinned there and they read them. And then you can click away. You can go anywhere you want. You can do whatever, but you can't tell me you didn't see the rules because you saw them when you came in. And that's what's going to happen here. So we're going to go ahead and save these changes. So I made the rules channel really quick just so I can show you how to do that. You can make a certain room that everybody goes into. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to set up the role. So as Beauty Bubble TV was saying about being admins and stuff like that. So what you want to do is we have the rule of everybody. So the rule of everybody, we obviously, there's a whole slew of different permissions they can go through and have and everything like that. So the role of everybody is basically, we're all adults that are going to be in this channel. There's not going to be a lot of kids in this channel and things like that. So you can lock things and open things. Basically, what you want is you want everybody to be able to read the history of channels. You want everybody to be able to use reactions and things like that. And reactions are like thumbs up on posts and stuff like that. So it's not like anything crazy. I guess the only thing, do we want to be able to allow to mention everybody in the Discord, guys?
Like tagging?
Yeah. Well, no, you can always tag anybody. Okay. You can always tag anybody, but there are pings that you can make that are called @everyone, @here, @members of certain channels and things like that. Do we want then that @everyone will piss a lot of people off and they will move on really quick.
Yeah, well, let's leave that out because I use Slack pretty often for one of my jobs, and the @here and @channel are like the most dreaded tags ever.
So we're going to go ahead and shut that off. We're going to pretty much leave everything else open for everybody that comes in. You can send messages, you can put links in, you can attach files, and everything like that. You can change, you're obviously going to need to change your Discord. Do we want to leave it open to have people invite people to the Discord? Yes, I see a yes from the master.
There you go.
Yes, @everybody is like an all call. It can be annoying though. I generally mute those channels in Discord that do @everyone's all the time. Okay, so this is where everybody's going to come in and we're going to leave it a standard color. So we are going to make, as Beauty Bubble TV was saying, kind of like an admin role, but it's going to be co-host roles is what I'm going to label it. I'm going to label it co-host roles. So that way when Omar gets in and Ed gets in, we'll be the 3 co-hosts that run the entire server. They will have admin permissions basically is what it's going to mean. So we're just going to do co. And we'll make it a pretty purple for AV Educate. Sound good?
Sounds good to me. And just to ease everybody, because I'm seeing a few questions coming in.
We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm doing that next, right after I set up the rules.
Cool.
So I see it coming through, and that's why I'm like trying to explain it, but not rush it. Everybody's getting antsy. Calm down. I know this is an exciting moment in AV Tech Talk history. I have finally convinced people to use Discord, and it's amazing. But hold on. All right, so we're going to go ahead and save all the changes because all there's going to be is the co-host and everybody. That's it. You can, this little feature right here, if you're setting up a more complex server, will separate everybody. So like, as you've seen in my channel, I had main virus holder, I had immunes, I had subvirus, I had exposed, and they were all separated by their individual roles that they had. You can do this. If we were going to make separate roles for everybody, you can absolutely do this where it separates them in little categories off to the side of what their roles are designated. But we're not going to go ahead and do that. What it is it's just going to show co-hosts and then everybody in the server. So we're going to go ahead and set up the changes here real quick. And the main rule, so it's going to be before interacting. I'm capitalizing every word I know. Every first letter in every word I know.
You mentioned the rules page that everyone drops into.
Mhm.
Does that happen every time they come back to the Discord or just the first time?
Just the first time. The first time they enter that Discord, they're going to go to this room right here that tells them the rules. After that, they don't ever have to see that channel again. They can mute it, they can hide it, they can do whatever you want. So the I know, like in the Office Hours Discord, I was told that when you guys come in, it makes you change your name before you can even access the rest of the server. That is a bot feature. That is a paid for premium feature. So it will be something that we will be adding in the future. So for those of you that are getting in tonight, just make sure you do read the rules and you change your name accordingly, like I showed you guys. So it will be getting that feature will be getting added shortly. So we want it first. Last. And we'll just do state, right, Ed?
Yeah, location is fine. If they want to put city and state, great. If they want to put just the state, and we have international viewers, so
True.
They can put their country.
Very true. Good thinking there.
Not super strict.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you. So when you post a message, so if it's an important message, you want it to be heard and you don't want it to be filled through where people can't see it and anything like that, there's a little tag up here that's pinned messages. So what they do is you can pin the message to the channel, and that way that is what everybody sees when they come in. They are going to see this no matter what. It's not going to go anywhere. So now I've directed everybody to come in here. Here's how you invite people to the server. So you go up here where it actually says the name of the server, drop down menu, invite people. So you can't just go off and copy and paste that and send it to somebody because this link expires. This link does different things. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up the link to expire never. And we're going to have no limit to the link. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that. We're going to go ahead and throw that into the Facebook chat right now. So that is the Discord server. Ed, you can grab it off here if you want to clean it up and make it all pretty. Where's my chat? Right here. And then for all panelists, there is the Discord server in the panel here.
Great. So at this time, we'll invite everybody who's been following along, who already has downloaded their Discord and set up their account. You can click on that link and you should be able to join into the Discord. I might not be able to get in there right away because I'm kind of manning a few computers here, but that'll be a space that me, Omar, and Chris will start having conversations and connecting with the members of the community. So, and we hope that you all are connecting with each other. So go ahead and take that moment while Chris is straightening up some stuff on his end and join the Discord.
I just turned the streamer mode back on. All I'm hearing is ping, 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 which I appreciate, guys. I really do. As I'm sure Omar, if he wasn't working, would be saying this, and Ed also, as we've said it on numerous occasions. Why we're able to do this is because of you. So as you see this rack right here completely fill up with people joining the Discord, we're able to do this because of you. So all these things are making us able to do other things for you guys and do more for you guys as well. So just keep in mind that this isn't just for fun and games, it's for everybody. So see, this is something I wanted this to be done on purpose. So you see how people are posting pictures and little emojis and waves in here, right? So this is how you stop that. this little server setting here, edit channel, permissions. Oh, the text channel's up here. Okay, so server settings up here. I apologize. And then we're going to go to the role. Why is it not showing it? Oh, I'm on streamer mode. Gee, that's why. That's why I have to take it off because of that. Mm-hmm. All right, it's going to
and please describe the advantages, disadvantages of streamer mode, because I'm a little confused about that. Thanks.
Absolutely will. So what we do is everybody that comes in should be part of the everyone. So to stop not allowing me to do it in this channel, edit channel, permissions, advanced permissions. Here we go. So you go to permissions, advanced permissions, everybody putting photos and stuff. See, all the permissions for this channel are open, right? So I don't want anybody to interact with this. I don't want anybody to be able to text this. I don't want to be able to do anything but read it. Right here, read message history. That's it. Manage messages, manage use external emotes, add reactions, attach files, embed leaks, send messages, text to speech, webhooks, manage permissions, manage channel, view channel, and create invites, save. So now everything in this channel is nothing but who joined. That's it. I did that on purpose because I knew there was going to people be posting their little cute Eevee pictures in here and their little gifts and stuff. I knew that was going to happen. So I did that on purpose.
I think you might have made it private. I don't know if you meant to or not.
What do you mean by private? No, it's not private.
You sure? Okay. Sorry.
It shouldn't be private unless I did accidentally click on it.
The very first
yes, I did.
channel button.
I did accidentally click on it. I do apologize for that. I did accidentally click on that. See, this is where you can drop everything in. So we can build it out however you want. The other Lone Stars in here are already asking where the meme channel is. Of course you would, Rocco. Of course you would.
And that was super quick. So, you saw that people were dropping the memes in and the photos, and you were able to just really quickly go in and change the permissions. And it didn't get rid of the ones that were already there, but it just stops any future ones from coming in.
Absolutely. So now, because it's stopping the future ones from coming in, I can go ahead and, because I'm going to be I'm the admin, delete message. Delete the message. I don't want any communication in here. I just want who's in the channel. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all the messages.
Can you select a bunch at once or have to do each one?
You have to do each one. Unfortunately, there's no shift multiple selecting on them.
Copy.
So you have to go through each one. I didn't think this many people were going to be quick to the meme game, but I guess I underestimated the AV community, huh?
Yep.
So, Chris, I don't know if you're looking at least on the Zoom side, some people are saying they don't have permission to send messages in a channel now.
They're in the rules channel. That's why they don't have permission to send messages.
Okay. So they need to, what do they need to do
Absolutely. So you guys are in the roles channel. So you see right above it, there's a text channel that says general. Just go click into there. So when you click into the general channel, everybody can talk right here. So I'm going to ping what everybody hates to do right now and add everyone.
I thought we disabled that, or because you're
I'm an admin.
You're an admin, you can do it, but nobody
I'm
else
an admin. I can do it. So,
Perfect.
but like she did say, so I see AV Educates here. He's a co-host. Ed's not in here right at the present moment. So we'll go ahead and access these roles as they see in here. And that's all it does is it just shows purple or the co-host and the admins of the community. Exactly. Beauty Bubble goes, you are in the roles channel. I see a bunch of people have joined the voice channel already, too.
Cool. Well, we don't have we have a couple questions. Do we want to go to questions before
Go ahead. Absolutely. I'm down for them.
Let's do that real quick. So some of these are going back to when you were showing some of those video features. Yep. What's the max video size was asked by Sean Michelson Newman.
Video size as far as resolution? 1080p by 1080p 60. If you pay for a boosted server, a normal video resolution is going to be 720 30.
Great. Christine McKay asked, could you use an NDI? Could you use NDI to feed something else if that was set up as your camera? So if you had
Absolutely.
NDI, could you feed that in?
Absolutely, because you go in. Okay, so to answer the question, when you go into your user settings here, so for anybody who's using Discord, your name down here is what you go into mess with all your user settings for yourself. So with this user setting right here, I go to user settings, you go to voice and video, you choose what is setting up. So I can put an OBS virtual cam, I can put the Logic Capture, Chroma Cam, OBS camera 1, 2, 3, 4, my capture card. You can put whatever you want there. So NDI source absolutely can be put there.
Great, that's cool. Randy Regis asks, how secure is Discord?
Secure as in?
I guess, Zoom, the big concerns early on were that it wasn't such a secure platform. So I'm
You can
assuming
enable two-factor authentication on Zoom or on Discord, I mean. So it is very secure. Now, I'm not saying Zoom's perfect. It has gone down just like Slacker went down today.
Discord.
Yeah, Discord. I'm sorry. Discord is just like Slacker, where it does go down. There has been server pings where what they've done is just sent 1,000 pings to the Discord server and shut it down because it couldn't handle the overload. But as far as information hacking or getting anybody's information from it, there's no information here. You're not putting anything special here. If you pay for the nitro boosting of servers, that actually goes to an off-site secured location for you to enter that information. It's not done in Zoom as well.
Got it. I did get some correction from Sean. He was asking if you can share videos, what's the largest file size?
That all depends. Again, okay. So that does depend. So if you're going to share videos, that is part of the server boost thing here. So right now we're only able to do, I think it's, so upload limits are a thing. I think if you're not boosted server, you can only, I think, do up to 45 or 35 megabits. So it is a very small file size that you can share. Now, as the more the server gets boosted, the bigger uploads you can do. You're not going to be able to upload a video file as far as like, oh, I need to upload this 1 gig video to Discord. You're not going to be able to do that. That's not what it's designed for that. You can go, I think, level perk 3. Now, once you get such a big community, like over 10,000, Discord does up that limit. I know, and like I said, the other Discord for the gaming coalition that we have is over 14,000 members in there, and we can upload 1 gig. We can upload files up to 1 gig there. But as far as just small servers like this, where you're paying for the Nitro Boost, getting 30 Nitro Boost, they only allow you 100 megabit upload.
I just wanted to point out something that may or may not be obvious, but I signed up on my Discord on my computer. I went to my phone to see if it showed up on there. Didn't have to do a thing. It's there, which is a beautiful thing. You don't have to. AV Educate showed up on my phone without me changing anything on my phone.
Absolutely, yeah. So whatever you do, you can do it from. You have a Discord app on the computer, you have a Discord app on your phone, and can be done over WebOS as well. So if you're just using Discord in a web browser, it all communicates. So whatever you do in the web browser will communicate over to the Discord app on your phone, as well as the Discord app on your computer, your Mac, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Cool. So I just got in there on my phone. So I should be in the general right now.
Yep,
I'm sorry,
see
no,
you.
I'm actually in the rules. I gotta jump out of rules and go over to general. I don't use it so much from my phone. I usually use it on desktop. And I'm
Correct.
seeing an image of Joey from Friends winking at me. So
Yes.
I
I'm
see
there.
that I'm there, but it won't on my tablet. Won't let me change my nickname to or name.
Okay, so on your tablet, click on your profile picture. and then you should be able to manage user, or it should say change nickname.
Great. Moving on to a couple extra questions, and let us know if you get that sorted out, Iris. Can you use Discord? Again, Randy Regis asks, can you use Discord to stream audio or video to other platforms?
Other platforms, I don't. I'm going to have to say no. I don't think you can. That I'm not 100% sure about. To be fair and to be honest, you're not going to want to take a Discord streamer audio to another platform. I mean, you can obviously, because you do have like NDI feed. You could take and capture in OBS or vMix or any other platform and send it out that way. But as far as like streaming from there to another service, no. You would have to capture it some way and out. You only are streaming to that voice channel that you're in.
Got it. Great. Randy's full of questions tonight. Is there a storage quota for Discord? Can you max out how much data is on your server?
Yeah, 10,000 people. That's for a standard account. Other than that, there's no data limit. There's no data cap. Nothing.
And we are. Randy had asked, is it free or is there a subscription cost? I think we
Absolutely
mentioned that
free.
it's totally free.
Unless you choose. There is no benefit. There is honestly no benefit from standard use to server boosting. Server boosting, like we've been saying, the only thing the server boosting does, and I'll show you again, only thing server boosting does, you have to have 15 people do this, by the way. So server boosting, you can get 128 kilobit audio quality with 2 boosts in a server. Other than that, the only benefit to server boosting is animated server icon, custom server invite background, and then getting higher quality stream resolutions. Server banner, so you get a custom banner for the server. Things like that. And then obviously and then 256 kilobit audio and 384 kilobit audio. So that's the basic, and then I think we talked about it yesterday. So the audio the audio already there is 64 kilobits and you can go up to 96. That's already there. As far as for a voice communication channel, I don't see the need to have anything higher than that.
Two channel stereo only, or anything higher?
I think it's just two. I don't think you can do change the to 7.1 surround sound or anything like that. You can't change it like that. Now, I know here, when you go into the voice and video settings, you choose the input and output device as well. So if some of you are having issues with talking or hearing people in your Discord channel and you're on PC, make sure you have the right mic selected.
That's a good thing to note. We actually we'll have an audio question coming up. It looks like in a second.
Awesome.
But before this, in the queue, Zach Schwartz asked, "What is an unclaimed account? When I attempt to claim my email, it's already registered."
That means at one point in time, that email that you were using was signed up.
Right. So Zach, you may have I think you are an office hours viewer, so you might have an account already set up, and then you would just need so someone who already had an account, they would just need that link that we posted.
And there should be a way to refresh it. Yeah.
Yep. On my phone, because I already have an account, I just able to. It asked me to put in an invite link, and I just put the link in that section, hit go, and then I was able to just get right in. Joey McGuire asks, "Hey guys, any advice for getting audio over screen share from Mac? Doesn't work natively on desktop app. Also, I've used Loopback, but it only runs through the same audio channel as the voice, which is not ideal." So it sounds like.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't have any experience with Mac audio sharing in Discord. That's where Discord, being more for gamer centric, has limitations, because most of your gamers are PC gamers rather than Mac.
Gotcha. So Joey, a good idea would be to post that question in that Discord, where it's going to stay, and then we'll.
And if anybody does have a good answer for it, I would love to know that too.
Yeah.
So I honestly would.
Maybe if you're already using Loopback, just to get an aside that's not necessarily Discord, Maybe also try getting Audio Hijack, which can give you some mixing abilities within that app, so you can control volume levels between your microphone and your playback if it's going to be a video from your screen share or something.
We're getting told that we're hearing lots of echo on someone's feeding the audio back in.
Also, just having a little mixer that just feeds into your computer, that's your mic, and then any other sources. These little mixers are like $50 now, and it can save you a lot of hassle, I think, in trying to figure out the routing with Audio Hijack or Loopback and things like that. There are some advantages to those tools, but they're sometimes just create headaches. I'll just put it that way.
Are we going to talk about using this for comm at all?
Absolutely. We're going to go into that. Yeah, we're going to go into that. One of the things we'll jump into real quick is Andy Lipnick actually said something about what's the difference between streamer mode and the normal mode that I'm in. Okay. So what the streamer mode does is one of the things, streamer mode right here. So streamer mode, enhance your Discord community with tools made for streamers. So there is a Discord streaming kit. What it does is it automatically enables or disables streamer mode if OBS is turned on. So if you're streaming, it'll automatically pull up streamer mode, which will hide any personal information, connected accounts, notes, anything. So if you're showing it when you're streaming and you pull the Discord up on stream, it will block anything out that you don't want to come across anywhere. Like for instance, you could have connected servers. So say you have connected servers in your, just whatever, you're in a naughty server that you don't want everybody to see. You enable streamer mode, it won't show that you're connected to that server. Things like that. I mean, it's simple stuff. Hide invite links. So say I'm streaming and I have this enabled. If I create an invite link, if I had this enabled when I created an invite link, nobody would have been able to see it when I created it until I copied it and I sent it out. So it kind of censors and hides. The biggest thing is the sounds. I disable the sounds. But when you do it, it takes away some of the permissions that you can do. So when you have streamer mode enabled, because it protects certain things, you can't access certain things when you're on it. So that's the whole point of it. So when streamer mode's enabled is anytime, and streamer mode's enabled right now because I'm using Zoom. It notices Zoom is recording. So it automatically picks up on that Zoom's recording and it enables the streamer mode for me. So it hides all the bink, 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 click, bink, bink, bink that you're getting from Discord. And it does that for when I'm streaming as well. It hides all the noise in the background for Discord. So like if I disable streamer mode, I join here. You can hear the clink and the noise to disconnect. So I have it activated so that way when I'm playing with multiple people or people got to come and go, it doesn't constantly ping that noise in the background. So that's the main thing for streamer mode is if you are using it and you have to drag it across your display screen for whatever reason, it'll block certain things out as well. It'll fuzzy it or it'll censor it, and it has some added benefits to that.
So we're caught up with questions at the moment. It seems that people are playing for sure with the voice channels. Some people might have left their mics open in the general channel. That's something I've been seeing. Some people were hearing some echo, so they were feeding audio back in. So these are general things like you find with Zoom. If you're using an open speaker and you have a microphone, it might pick it up, and it doesn't do maybe as much of the mix minusing that maybe Zoom does. But maybe we can start that portion and show us how comms work, since people are already kind of figuring it out for themselves. Chris, if you're all set for that, and then I guess with no one minding the store, everyone's playing around. It sounds like
that's fine. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to create a private channel. So that way I have to drag you in order to be talked to, and I'll show you how to do that. Cool. So we're going to name this as TestCom channel. Now, you can name this whatever you want. So to Andrew's point about communication, when you are on a show, say you want to use this is the main thing. Okay. You're on a show, like for instance, me and Omar did Brain Symposium. if we're on that show together, say we forgot, like I think Dave Node expressed in the beginning that he was on, they forgot the comms. Everybody's got the best thing is everybody's got a cell phone. You can put Discord on your cell phone and it takes a headset. That's it, to talk to somebody. So if you're on a show and you want to use Discord, you can go in and create different video. You can create a video voice channel, audio voice channel, a lighting voice channel, a technical director voice channel, whatever channel you need for communication. And nobody needs any special permissions because you're making it for that show, right? So everybody can bounce around to the different channels and talk to whoever as they need to. So that's how you can use it as comm for that. So we're going to do test comm channel here. I've created a private test comm channel. So only the co-hosts can actually join this channel is what I just did. That is what I just did. Only the co-hosts can join that channel. So let's see. Who do we want to talk to? I see Justin's here.
So right now, what Chris is doing is he's going to be setting up a channel where we can actually play with this. So anybody who's watching, we'll invite a few people in, and we'll get to see this in real time.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to figure. I know Andy said he had a secondary device he can talk on, right? Okay. So we'll go ahead and drag him in. So basically what I've done is you can do this on mobile device as well, is you can make it to where it grabs, you hold on the name and you drag them into the room. So if you need to make a private room everybody can see this room. They can see we're talking in here, but the only way that they can get in this room is if a co-host puts them in here. That's the role that I gave them. So I got to change my screen share settings.
Cool. And anybody who's in there can see I just posted something from my phone. So I'm using my phone at the same time.
So I'm going to stop my screen share for 2 seconds because I forgot to add the audio over screen share.
Okay, yeah, go right ahead. So while Chris is doing that, I actually even popped in an earbud in from my phone. So I'll try not to make my head explode with listening to multiple different things, but we'll see if we can get some calm action happening.
Okay, so Ray Harris says he wants to join. Sure. I'm going to go ahead and mute. I don't have to mute. We did that yesterday. So everybody else should be able to hear.
Now, Chris, so a comment we got on Facebook from AV Trainer.
Hey, Ray.
He said it's interesting that the voice
I
channel
light up
server
when I talk. That's cool.
can still be heard once you connect and interact with a different server.
Now I got it.
Okay, so what was that again? I'm sorry.
Sorry, so wait, what we were just hearing, that was what's going on in the Discord?
I had to reset things so that I could hear it.
Yeah, what you're hearing is everybody talking in the channel right now, Andy and Ray.
Nice. So we're hearing that through.
How are you?
I'm good. I got family in Houston, so.
Through Chris's.
There you go. There you go.
I live in Houston.
Chris's machine.
I'm just talking on this. I'm not talking.
And
Here's a cool feature. Here's a cool feature. You don't have to hear anything.
Cool.
So yeah,
sorry,
you can definitely
Trainer was saying that it's interesting that the voice channel for one server can still be heard once you connect and interact to a different server. So it sounds like he's listening to voice at least, and then jumped onto a different server and is able to do at least text chatting. We talked about earlier.
Yep.
You can't do 2 voice channels, but
you can do text and voice. Correct.
You can do text and voice, but you don't lose your voice when you go check out another one of your servers.
Absolutely. So as you can see, I'm still in the Testcom channel. So I'm going to go ahead and undeafen and mute myself so we can hear what's going on there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're unmuted. Ray might have to just turn down the stream is what's going on. I'm hearing a lot of echo feedback.
That was me, and I'm going to go just one.
You've got me blaming other people. You see this?
I'm an audio person. I get it.
I'll admit to it, though. That's why I'm going to put in your talking here.
I'm in my Discord moving around. I'm in the Mountain Discord moving around. I can go wherever I want. You can use
Well, that's
other
'cause-
Discord channels while you're in one voice channel. Absolutely.
Well, that's because you put my audio in the share, so I have no control over my audio now,
Yes.
unless I mute my device.
Yes.
So anyway, yeah.
Is it possible to host your own?
Probably the first you guys are actually hearing my voice, but I am a female.
Is it possible to host your own Discord server?
Well, if let's say you wanted to do this comm thing, but you wanted to get as low a latency as possible, can you have your own Discord server locally without it going on the internet?
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh well.
That's the pandemic.
So
that's cool.
It's all real time. See, you guys are hearing this come in and out, in and out, in and out.
And that's you're doing.
Well, and it's like calm. We can step on each other just a little bit to know that somebody else wants to talk. It's not like sometimes in Zoom, depending on the settings, you end up with a ducker. That affects your audio.
So there's a cool feature that you can make called push to talk.
Yes.
Yeah, and also what would be very helpful is not just push to talk, but a Bluetooth push to talk little button. So that way you keep your phone in your pocket. Yeah, and that's something that Tucker, actually, we were talking about for a different intercom system, Unity. It becomes important, I think, when you're on a mobile device because it can be cumbersome to touch screen in production.
So on Discord, when you create a push to talk and you create your hotkey, if you have the Bluetooth connected, you can use the Bluetooth play stop button as your push to talk.
Ooh, that's good to know.
Nice.
Is everyone in Zoom listening to you as well, Chris? Awesome.
Oh yeah, we hear everything.
Chris, you were like the Discord dungeon master.
I try to be.
So
I try to be.
What's super interesting right now is because Chris has the Discord audio, we're hearing the people from Discord here on Zoom, and then since we are pushing Zoom out to Facebook, the Facebook audience is hearing the Discord chat through Zoom as well. So that's kind of cool. So maybe who's on right now? Andy, you're on Discord, correct?
Andy and Ray Harris.
Great. And are they able to hear me?
Can you guys hear Ed through Discord?
No, I just actually
Okay.
opened my Zoom back up so I could hear him. Turned it down real low.
Got it. So they're not hearing us through your computer, Chris, but
nope.
We're still able to hear them.
Correct.
Right, because of the screen share, right?
Because of the screen share. That's what it is the screen share is allowing being able to hear. I have the audio over screen share. Yeah.
Cool. And I was just listening on Facebook and verifying that, yep, we are hearing them on Facebook. So that's cool. And this is where my brain's exploding because I'm listening to too many things at the same time. But so this is
I
really
hear some people
pretty cool.
I hear some people commenting voice channel sounds pretty good for free. Like I said, it's 60, what did I say? It was 68, 69, 64 kilobits. I'm sorry. I'm not an audio person, so don't shoot me for not knowing the standards, guys. But it's 64 kilobits audio off the rip, and you can always go up to 96. I think for a voice communication app and channel that you're going to be using to talk to people, I think that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. It's I mean, I wouldn't want to pump music through it, I don't think, but for back channel comms, it's definitely usable. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I did all this, and granted, yes, I use Discord all the time. I know how to set it up. I know how to do all this. I literally, without explaining it, could set this Discord up and have it ready just like this in a matter of 2 minutes.
The other thing, Ed, that we should mention is for those of us who use IFB, down and dirty IFB, and that sometimes gets in the way. Like on shows where there's comm, and there's no need for IFB until there is a need for IFB, and that's not an uncommon occurrence.
Are you saying that IFBs sometimes are afterthoughts and we don't always have the gear to pull it off?
Sometimes they're like the proverbial, oh, we don't need IFB. We don't need IFB. And then, half an hour before air, oh, no, the talent wants IFB.
Right. For anybody who doesn't know, you want to explain what IFB is, Andy, for people who may not?
Sure. I mean, the place you probably see IFB the most is on like a newscaster that they have an earpiece. And why that's important is two reasons. One is that's how the director and the producer are talking to your on-air talent. And IFB, by the way, stands for interruptible foldback, in case you're wondering. That's one very important use of it. The other really important use of it is for program. So, for example, if you're, and I'm using news because it's a very common thing, use of it. I do shows in San Francisco where we're tied into like MSNBC or CNN, for example, and our mayor might be sitting in a chair in San Francisco and being interviewed by someone on one of those channels. There's no open speaker for them to hear the other person or program. They are hearing IFB. So that IFB, what it allows them to do, it allows the director to say, hey, we're going to come to you in 30 seconds or whatever, things like that. It also allows them to hear whoever is interviewing them on the other end of the line on an earpiece. So there's no echo, because generally there is some latency between one side of the country and the other. We can't get over the speed of light yet when it comes to communications. But that's where it really comes in handy. And there's other applications of IFB that we don't have to get into now, but I don't know if there are any in the gaming world. There certainly are in live events where someone's hosting and they need to be spoken to by a director or a producer or someone else to just say, hey, look, we're going to do this next or whatever. It becomes super important for that sort of thing.
So that leads me to a question, because when I've done uplinks, I've had the local station in one ear and national in the other ear. So can you be doing that with Discord at the same two people talking in your ears at the same time?
My understanding is no, because Discord's limited to one channel of communication at a time. It doesn't mean you can't bop back and forth. I thought that was really nice that you can just go to these different communication channels, but it's not a replacement for a full-on comm system from what I'm seeing. That's just my judgment of it.
Agreed,
but
yeah.
It will save your butt in other areas. And it's funny because sometimes we've done events where the comm system isn't very flexible in terms of matrix routing. And you will see a director who needs to talk to two different people. He'll have his big headset on one side and he'll have another one on the other side. The nice thing about this is you can have these little earpieces in, so it definitely has its place. And, Dave was just mentioning how it saved his butt on a show.
That's something real quick, because that's kind of interesting that you just pointed this out. You see, I can grab the Testcom channel that I made, right?
Okay.
To see if I can drop it into the general. No. I've never tried it, so it was interesting to check it out to see if you were able to grab everybody and drop them into one channel and then separate them back out. That'd be a cool feature to add to Discord if we could.
Just so you know, on Discord itself, if you're not the admin, you can't see that Testcom.
Yeah, I can't see that Testcom channel. I only see the general.
It. You only see it, Chris.
And can you
Ed
mute?
sees it and Omar sees it. Yep.
Oh, so anybody
That was
that's
the
in
whole
it can
point,
see it, right? Okay.
Yeah, and by the way, can you remote mute someone's mic on the comms? I'm muted already, but
Yeah, go ahead and unmute.
okay. I'm unmuted.
Can't talk now.
That's a beautiful thing. Remote mic kill for intercoms is an important thing because people leave them on, they put them down. Everybody goes, ow, so that's a beautiful thing.
I'll choose the favorite button.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a favorite button, right? Yeah. Everybody always asks, if you're using wireless comms, hey, can I get that button on my wireless comm pack?
I have the squelch pack. I want my squelch pack.
Yeah.
To Andy's point earlier about IFB, with all the virtual events that are happening now, this is perfect if you're doing multiple remote presenters who are at their home and you don't have to ship them a piece of equipment. You give them a download link, tell them, put this on your phone, put a little
earbud in,
an AirPod, whatever it is, and now you're able to talk to them to tell them when they're live, they have 5 minutes left to wrap up their presentation, whatever it may be. And they can you could actually hear them back if you want.
But
to
a great point that I'm now thinking of because I see AV Trainer asked it, and like Andrew was saying about everybody hearing everybody talk. type situation. Whereas if you needed to speak to everybody at once, it's a little cumbersome. I get it. But you could, if you're using this for a show and only the people on the show are doing this, you can have the separate voice channels for video, audio, lighting, everything else, right? You need everybody in the same channel. You can do an @ ping, an @ everyone ping in that server and say, hey, everybody join the general channel so we can all have a conversation.
Can you be in 2 channels at once? If you had a Testcom and a Testcom 2,
No.
could you be in both channels?
No.
Okay.
Right.
But
So
you know, the thing that's really strong about this too is that, and we get this request a lot from not the techs running the show, but the client and their producers, is they want to be able to talk or chat. And this tool is so, and I think some of them use Slack, by the way, for that. But this is really well set up for it too.
yeah, like you said, Andy, it's not going to be a replacement for, you know, full on comms. But
Ray just brought up a good point too. You can create inner conversations by selecting people to mute inside the channel too. So I mean, that's a great feature.
right. So
The way I used it for the AUA conference was I had one voice channel that included everybody, and then I had one voice channel that included everyone but the client. So all the technicians, so that if we did have to solve a technical issue and didn't want to worry the client, we could just, you know, send a quick message out to everyone and then have them join the tech channel real quick, or I would join them, or however we did it. And we'd
Next
solve it
time you
real
have
quick,
that-
and then we'd jump back on the main channel.
Next time you have that, if everybody's in the same channel, you see this little thing I have highlighted right here, server deafen. You can shut them off from hearing anything in the channel.
Interesting.
So literally you could have everybody in one channel with the client. You don't want the client to hear something, server deafen them, talk about what you need to talk about, undeafen them, and they can hear again.
wow,
Cool feature.
Yeah. I think the other thing that's important for the people who aren't doing a lot of production, or maybe you are, is that if you have one channel of comm, everybody's on it, including your cameras and all that. For example, camera ops, you know, and people like that, and that's okay. It's not preferable, but it's okay. It's the way we used to do things before we had multi-channel comms, and everybody would just keep quiet. You'd have someone have to say, "Hey, look, you can't chat a lot on here," because there were no private channels or ISO channels, as some people call them. So again, this is a one-channel comm, except you can switch channels if you have to. You just can't hear both, and that's correct. That's still great. It's, I mean, like, for free. My God, you know,
how much do some of this like Unity and things like that you guys have used for stuff before?
I just bought Unity licenses literally just a few days ago. So
how much did you pay for them?
So a Unity server license, which basically gives you access to, you put it on a machine, you put it on your own computer. It's a private server, like, by the way, it's not going through Unity's server. That one cost me $599 and came with 3 licenses, I think. If you want to tie that into a piece of hardware, like a USB sound card or whatever, and it's not limited by the I/O of the sound card, that's an extra $239, I think. So that's what I bought just to get into it. And people like Tucker, for example, they've really heavily invested in it because they're providing Unity as a service. And for these higher end shows, especially like large gaming conferences, you guys are familiar with those, communications get super complicated. We had Jay on talking about that. So as you know, it can get very complicated, but that's what Unity costs. There is a less expensive version of Unity. It's a pay as you go. It's called Unity Cloud. And I don't remember what it costs, but I think it's very cheap. It's I think it's like, I don't want to quote, but it's probably like something like $30 for a month or something like that. Maybe someone else can talk to that, but it's cheap.
Yeah.
If you don't need it all the time.
I'm using it on a show right now with a client. And they bought just the week. Like, that's the one thing with Unity Cloud is you can, you know, just buy it what you need. You can buy, they did a 10 user license for 7 days, and that was somewhere around $100, I think, for that 7 days. But you can do a 10 user license for the month, and it becomes cheaper, and they bundle things.
And I should say that
6 channels a party line. So, and you have some customized customization. What Andy's talking about, and maybe we'll do we'll do a Unity episode at some point, because I use Unity I was using it fairly regularly, and Justin Herminghaus, who's on the panel, is very well versed in Unity. We can talk about it, but those servers, I mean, that's it. Those are very expensive solutions. As flexible as they are, because they work everywhere, again, on your cell phone, similar to what we're doing here, and offer a ton of functionality, especially once you get into adding the added groups and channels, and you're running maybe a Dante virtual sound card and interfacing with other 2-wire comm and 4-wire comm. You can do a whole lot with it. It's great. But it's a very different animal, and it's not free.
Yeah, it's not apples to oranges because of the routing you can do in Unity. Is you can do very complex routing if you want.
Yeah, I was going to sort of chime on and say the same thing. It's apples and oranges. I mean, the last Unity setup I set up, I dumped, $2,800, $3,000 for 30 users. But that's advanced I/O, radio interfacing, this and the other. What you said about cameras, the ability to ISO to an operator. On the other hand, Unity doesn't offer any sort of the chat support. So it really is the right use case for the, it's figuring out the right use case for the product. I mean, this does some amazing things that Unity couldn't. Unity does some great things this can't. It's what's the right tool.
Right.
I would be interested to see using Unity and Discord by putting your production crew with multi-channels on Unity, but dedicate one channel to IFB. I guess you could just have the client download the Unity app. But if you were out of users, if you were using Unity Cloud, for example, where you're paying per user, you could just create an IFB channel, feed it out to a Discord, let the client jump on, or the talent jump on Discord, and not eat up your user count, where they would all kind of just get the same IFB. It's
again, it's some of, Andy and I, in the IFB world, the program feed in the IFB can also be a very important part of it. And, what do you need? You need to 4-wire in and out of the comms, which will be easier on some platforms, less so on others.
Yeah, and I guess if you're using Discord for IFB, it's all the more reason to have like a little mixer so that you can have you can mix the mic level against the background program level if that's needed. And we're getting into advanced stuff here because I don't know how much the use cases of the people on AV Educate really this affects, but that is an important thing because when you have someone being interviewed in a chair, for example, you don't want to distract them. And you'll see like the best directors will wait for them to stop talking to say something in their ear because it can be very disconcerting as you're talking that someone's talking in your ear unless you're used to it.
So I would love to jump into, as it's getting to 8:30 p.m. on the East Coast here. We've got about a half hour left of show, and obviously we'll wrap up a little earlier than that. I want to get to some questions, and then maybe Chris can show us a couple other things. So Randy Regis asks again, how do you deal with users who aren't disciplined on Discord? Example, banning them, etc. So what do you do, Chris, when you get unruly users on your Discords?
On my server itself, I try to talk to the person and be like, listen, that's not how it rolls here. If you can't follow the rules, let me know now and I'll show you the door type situation. But I'm also an asshole on my Discord because it is my Discord and it is my community and it is my family in my Discord that I don't let anybody mess with them. So therefore it's kind of a one strike flaw in my Discord. It's follow the rule, don't be a jerk. And it's simple. My rule to my Discord is don't be a jerk, no racism, and no politics. You break one of those rules, you're gone.
Got it. And then, but what recourse would there be? Say something got bad. Do you have the ability to take someone out of your channel?
Kick, ban.
Cool. Simple.
And that's why I have mods as well in my personal Discord. I have mods, so I'm not always in my Discord. I'm not always there. I don't always see everything, but I have people who are around constantly, and if they see something, they have the ability to kick, ban, do whatever.
And I'm assuming mod is short for moderator.
Absolutely.
So actually, Chris, I just noticed on the Facebook side, our pip was over where you were showing that function.
Okay.
Can you just show where that is again real quick?
Yeah, so you right click on somebody's name, and then when you right click on their name, right here, you can kick, you can ban, you can disconnect them. So you can kind of if you wanted to, you can give them a warning, be like, I disconnected you, and then they're going to message you and go, hey, I'm not in the server. Well, we needed to talk, and you weren't available to talk to at that time and moment. So do you mind talking real quick? And then you can allow them back in, or you can kick them completely, or you can ban them. Kicking them means they have no way to exit unless the owner of the Discord itself, which in this case, I'm going to transfer it over to Omar as far as the ownership of this Discord after this is done. And you can do that. You can transfer ownerships of Discord over to people as well. So that's another thing. But only the owner of the Discord can approve somebody who has been kicked from a Discord back in or banned. And they're the only ones that can lift a ban. A moderator cannot lift a ban. A moderator cannot lift a kick. It only can be the founder of that Discord.
Great. And Beauty Bubble TV also mentions you can also message them, which I think you said you would talk to. Great.
I try to always talk and see if like maybe they were having a bad day or, you know, whatever the case and scenario was. I always try to talk to them and be like, yo, are you okay? Everything fine? What's going on? You're normally not like this, you know, and then let them vent if they need to vent. And if they can't come to an agreement, they get the old ban hammer.
Some gentle hand holding. AV Trainer, I think you kind of were trying to test this. Is there a way to combine all of the groups of voice channels with a primary channel? So that's what you were testing earlier, correct?
Yeah, that would be probably pretty badass if you could.
Cool. So what we will do in this Discord, even though it's we just started it and we've got our members that have just joined, we'll figure out how to word that as a feature request. We'll post in the Discord so that all of you can at the same time request the same feature, and we'll just flood Discord with like, hey, this is what you got to do. And maybe we'll
There's actually a Discord for Discord recommendations, by the way.
Gotcha. So we'll craft something and then we'll send those directions on so that maybe we can make a difference and implement some cool.
That would be pretty cool if you could take one voice channel and just merge it with another instantaneously.
Yeah, that would be great. Beauty Bubble TV was interested in how many of the users who have joined so far have followed our rules with their naming.
Quite a bit. I mean, I see one not named. Two, three, but he's not going to. AV Trainer doesn't count. Not going to change his name anyway. So he might have to get that stern talking to.
We all know who he is.
Well, 4 out of what do we have? Almost 50 people in the server already.
Oh wow, great! I'm not looking at it so close on my phone, but I'm going to get to
35
it later.
online. My math is short, obviously. 35 online, 8 offline.
Okay.
So I mean,
yeah,
and then myself. So
great. Christine McKay asked, "Is the server deafen option only an admin's feature?"
It's only you can choose that. You can choose that. So say you set up the server for a show, right? You can set up a different role and have the people for the show, like if you were going to have, like we were explaining, having the client and the work crew all on the same channel, you can set up a different role for the work channel, the working channel people to have the ability to deaf mute and things like that, and have the client not be able to do any of that. So there's a way to do it, and it's nothing that they're visual. It's not like when they join the thing, it's going to say you can't deafen or you can't mute. No, it's not going to tell you that. That's a background permission that you've already implemented prior to them even being there. So they can be under like the everyone, like in our Discord here in the AV Tech Talks. Where's my mouse? My mouse disappeared. Over here. On the AV Tech Talks, when we go into the server settings and the role, see you have the @everyone role. That's what everybody is. And then we have the co-host role. So the co-host role has the ability to where is it down here? Mute server. Yeah. Yeah. Nobody here has deafen and mute server permissions.
Right. So even within your
so.
moderation staff, you can, your team, you can give them permissions to do certain things and not do certain things.
Absolutely.
Gotcha. Excellent. We have a handful of.
I just kind of answered one of the questions from Oren, which was, does it notify them? No, it doesn't notify them whether they're deafened or not.
That's a good thing to know.
What it does do is it does put maybe like a little emblem, like I server muted. I just muted Andy, and it just puts the lap on it like that. And then if I server mute him, it will show the red mute. So it does do that. Like if I server deafen and server mute, it will show red. Whereas if they're deafening and they're muting themselves, it will be gray. That's the only thing that they're going to be notified. That's the only way they'll know. And unless
so
they
Andy,
know.
you're seeing is that what you're seeing on your side? Those two red.
Oh, I see gray next to my name for the mic and the headset icon. On the bottom, I can't share my screen here, but on the bottom, I do see red lines through the mic. And here, let me see if I can unmute. I guess that would be. This channel has special permissions to speak in it. You'll need someone like a server moderator or administrator to unmute you. So there you go. So since he deafened me or muted me, I don't know what you're calling it these days. Yeah, you'd have to give me permission now, Chris.
Yeah.
So he just restored.
I restored you, so you should be able to unmute now.
And I can unmute.
There you go. Cool. So that answers that. Eugene Palmer. This might put Clearcom out of business. I can put the lighting designer on a channel with video production lighting, but not audio. And stage manager can talk to all ? So they would have to jump between those channels.
Correct.
They wouldn't be able to just chat with all of them at the same time. Eugene Palmer also wrote full duplex. Which
Rocco, no, you cannot have a pixel wrangler role. Not allowed.
I guess we could test full duplex if you wanted. I guess Ren and I could talk to one another and see if I think it is.
Yeah, why don't we test that real quick?
Hey Ray, I'm talking to you. Hey Ray, I'm talking to you. Can you talk to me at the same time?
I don't hear Ray. Oh,
he's muted and deafened.
There we go. Hey Ray.
Hey.
Let's count to 10 together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's full duplex from what I can tell.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to a major group of people playing games together in a family night. It's as if we were all sitting in the same room.
There is a way you can change that too.
Okay.
If need to. So if you go to on the server settings, it's part of the roles permission. So like if you go to co-host, if I go down to co-host here, it will say priority speaker allows members to be more easily heard in voice channels. When activated, the volume of others without this permission will automatically be lowered.
So that's it's doing audio ducking.
I think in our world, that's probably not the best thing to enact, but.
And then the thing is priority speakers activated by using the push to talk key. So it's not always that way.
It's not always that way.
Exactly. It's a push to talk key. So again, you can program your push to talk key as a play or pause button on your Bluetooth headset, push it, and it's going to lower everybody else and make you louder than everybody else while you're holding it.
There you go.
But they're not hearing you louder.
And so we were talking about, you can actually mute specific people. So if we were in this general group and you have 3 people that you want on one channel that they're talking to them, just the 3 of them, then they would want to mute everybody else in the channel on their own. Right. And they would just be hearing the 3 of themselves. So you can theoretically within a single group create different channels by selectively muting certain people. And then, like,
yeah,
if I were
because
the
you can.
PD and I want to talk to one person, I can unmute that person and talk to them.
Yeah, so you'd probably have to. Yeah, you can mute them, but you wouldn't be able to deafen them. So what would happen is they would still be hearing you talk, even though you muted them. They would still be hearing you talk.
Okay. So
Right. So other people in the
Yep,
channel
I
will
hear ya.
hear your chat. Yeah.
you have to mute each other.
Yeah, what I'm seeing, I have a theater background
I
too.
got
So what I'm seeing is there are some traps here, because if you do start messing with things like that and you're in show and you forget to put it back the way it was, you might think you're talking to someone and you're not. Yeah, and that's where a professional comm system comes in, because that's why theater is not going to use this unless there's one channel comm, and no one's going to mess with that, because I think you're creating traps.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Rocco,
Like
I
you
have
said,
not
it's
gone
not a
through.
replacement for all systems,
No.
for very sophisticated systems, but for a down and dirty, low budget, especially these days where so many people are right now during the pandemic, where there might be a couple people who are working on a team for a virtual production from their own homes. This is a free way to get them to talk, could be able to communicate without having to all be on their cell phone on a phone call. So it definitely opens up some possibilities. What is Discord? This is from Orrin Slater. What is Discord like using up bandwidth? Zoom seems to be very hungry and uses way more than other programs doing equivalent sound only or sound and video.
I don't see a lot of. I've used Discord with only having 5 megabit internet all the way around. So that means I'm getting 1 up and 5 down. Or 0.75 up and 5 down.
If the
So
audio,
I've used.
if the audio is 64 kilobits, it's not very heavy audio.
No,
Yeah, I've used it with just cell phone data, and it works great.
Yeah,
which is a great point too. This is a viable solution if you're out doing something extremely remote. You can be using your cell phone data as opposed to having to be on Wi-Fi. Ray Harris asks us, is the moderator the same as the co-host? If not, what are the differences?
In our Discord server, yes, the moderator is the same thing as the co-host. The only difference that there is between a moderator and an admin are the permissions that you allow. So our co-hosts are basically in the AV Tech Talk Discord. Me, Ed, and Omar have all the same permissions to do everything. We can do everything except for right now, I'm the only one that can close the Discord right now. I'm the only one that can just boot it all and kick it all away. Again, I'll be transferring that over to Omar. But yeah, everything that me, Ed, and Omar can do are administrator permissions over everything except for closing the Discord. That is the difference between the owner of the Discord and a moderator of the Discord, if you will. Admin, moderator, whatever you want to call it. Admin and mod, kind of the same thing when it comes to that. So
great. So Raymond Sweet asked, I just downloaded this. How do I find you without the link?
You don't. It's a private server.
Right. Now, there are some public servers on Discord.
Correct. We could technically make this a public server if we were to have, I think the only way to get public servers over 8,000 members. Then you can, or maybe it's 5,000. I have to look at it. Discord just changed a bunch of their qualifications. For things like before, you needed over 10,000 people to have a public server, and I think they just lowered it to like 3,000. So I'm not 100% sure.
Got it. Henry Ramos asks, are there any headsets to suggest with a PTT solution?
No. I really don't have a recommended one because, like I said, you can change the hotkey in Discord to be the play pause button of any headset.
The other thing is, if Tucker's still on, there's a Bluetooth headset he loves because it does noise cancellation for production. He's doing a lot of production.
It's the Parrot, right? I think.
Yeah, the something 450 or whatever, but you can look it up, Blue Parrot, and it's got controls on the side, but I've not tried it. But he swears by it.
And Justin Herminghouse, do you have any suggestions for a PTT?
Actually, I've been trying to play here and haven't really gotten to go too deep in it. A lot of events we do with Unity, we use these, which is the Klein Action Over Ear, fits in, does its thing. And then we actually use the older style currently Bluecom Bluetooth PTT button. I haven't actually gotten deep enough in it to try this year. I've sort of played with side. They've just updated the design, but that's what we've found is going with wired audio, because the Bluetooth audio is just so degraded. Wired audio and Bluetooth PTT has been our winning approach.
Okay.
What's
so
that headset again?
It's from Klein Electronics. I'd have to find the exact model. Give me a minute, I'll drop a link in chat.
Great, and then I'll drop it in the Facebook. Thank you. But what so you're using is hardwire for the mic and earpiece, and
Yes.
then a wireless Bluetooth button to get your push to talk to work.
Yeah, for instance, we do it a lot with sports, marathons, for example, where we get guys on motorcycles, things like that. And what we found the winner is get them on a wired earpiece and mic, let them keep the phone in their pocket or on a holster, and then I'll give away the trade secrets mod for the Bluetooth PTTs. The little thing we figured out is just order a bunch of replacement tape measure belt clips and mount the back of the buttons with VHB tape, and they can clip it on a jacket, on a lanyard, anywhere you want, and off you go.
Well, that was worth the price of admission.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'll sell replacement tape measure belt clips at only an exorbitant markup.
That's awesome. Link for the button. Somebody was asking. Let me try to get you a link for that.
No,
Sean.
Rocco, we have not gone through how to type quotes, code blocks, and spoilers, etc. in Discord. This is an intro to Discord. Rocco, can you not try to go all advanced and be fancy there? I love him so much. He's such an awesome dude.
And in case you're just getting into Discord and just getting set up on Facebook, I just posted the invite link for the AV Tech Talks Discord. So you can use that link to get yourself into our new server. That server is going to stay up. That's going to be a new means of communication that we're going to build with the community for AV Tech Talk specifically. So right now it's pretty bare bones because we literally built it in front of you. It's brand spanking new. You are all getting in on the ground floor, as they say, and we will we'll start developing that more. We're open to suggestions for channels. We'll start loading up some content. So be patient. It may take a little time to get it totally structured in a way that makes sense, but
all right, Rocco, calm down. We'll
all evolve it together, and we appreciate you guys joining it and getting to play with some of these features. Rocco is famous, but nobody can say his name apparently other than me. So, so we only have just a couple of minutes. I would love to talk to the panel a bit. If you wouldn't mind stopping your share, Bodhi, we'll let people can keep playing on Discord, but hopefully they come on back and maybe somebody can let them know voice wise that we're gonna start chatting and rapping in a few minutes, wrapping up.
Stepping back to the Bluetooth headset thing, JK Audio, they make an actual belt pack with a 4 and 5 pin jack that can connect to your phone via Bluetooth. So you could have a belt pack with a full-on headset and be going through Discord.
Nice. Sorry, Justin Herminghouse, where did you got that from Klein, right? The blue PTT.
If I can get to my mute button. Yeah, I get it through Klein. This is actually the original first generation one. They literally just a couple days ago, and I just sent you the link to it,
great.
Introduced a new second generation version.
Perfect. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to put it in the Facebook chat. It looks very different than the first one. The first one looks really cool, actually.
Yeah, I'm kind of partial to the first one myself, but
great. So that
everything
is
changes.
Now in the chat. Wonderful. Great. So
I got a question about content, because you were talking earlier about sharing, like doing a movie night, for example. Will Discord clamp down if you're showing a commercial movie? It just doesn't. I'm surprised that they're able to do that. I know that, those things get turned off in some other social media platforms.
But see, that's the thing, is you're on a private server. The only people that can access are the people that are there. So it's no different.
Yeah.
It's no different than inviting people to your home and watching the movie with them.
Fair enough.
It's the new socially distanced movie theater for the family.
Yeah, because we're going to do one on office hours actually in about a week. So cool.
Right. That's that's going to be interesting. I thought it was this past week, and I was sitting there waiting to watch something on Disney Plus.
He pushed it to another week from now.
Yeah. So the DVE store actually had asked, what will we all get with Nitro Boost? So what would everybody get if we boosted our server, for example?
Yeah. So if you do, I have to disable my streamer mode because I was tired of hearing the pings.
If you go to share, is it going to put you back in that?
What do you mean? No, I'm going to share the screen. No, I enabled it so I wasn't hearing the bing, 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 bing.
Oh, gotcha.
But so I just screen shared right now. This is what it does. Everybody gets control of it, basically, is what it is. If we get 2 boosts, we get 50 emoji slots, which is obviously for gamers and stuff, and jokes and stuff is cool. But you get 128 kilobit auto quality animated server icons. So the actual server icon, we can put a bunch of images, and it'll basically slideshow them. Or if we make like an animated icon, it'll accept it. We get custom server invite background, and then you get higher quality streams. I think it's 60 frames, 720 for the 2 boost. At 15 boosts, you get a total of 150 emote slots, 256 kilobit audio, a server banner. So at the top of the server, it'll say AV Educate or AV Tech Talks or whatever. 50 megabit upload limit for all members. So you can upload files up to 50 megs. And then you're able to do live streaming in the voice channels, 1080p, 60 frames a second. And then the third perk gives you the vanity URL for the server. So what the vanity URL does is, instead of it being discord.gg/h7w whatever, it will be discord.gg/AV Tech Talks. You'll have your own custom Discord server. You get 384 kilobit audio quality and some more emotes, and then you're able to upload up to 1,000 megs of filing, is what it does. So that's 30 boosts. So you're talking, it's $10 a boost. It's just $300 worth of boosting is what it is. And it's monthly in order to maintain that. So it benefits the entire server when somebody boosts. You're muted.
Oh, sorry. It looks like Justin has posted or sent us a link for the noise canceling earpiece. I'll put that in the Facebook. Besides that PTT, the headset that he's using, put a link there for you guys. Great. So with that,
I mean, the best thing to remember about it is there are going to be pros and cons for everything. But with this, it's a free, quick solution if you need to for shows. If, like Dave said, he showed up, they didn't have any communication, forgot to put all the gear in the box for it or whatever. He's like, all right, you got a phone? Download this, put your headset in, let's go. It's a free, quick solution. And I like Ed said as well, with the remote shows that we're doing and things like that, it's a great communication for remote shows, for remote communication for everybody.
and how quick you were able to spin this up. We literally built a server in the course of this 2-hour session. We did intros, then you built a server, We took a ton of questions. You added some voice channels. We invited people to join. You set some rules and permissions. You built a couple channels. People started talking on their own. Then we demoed how to do that in the course of less than 2 hours. So this is something that you can, once you learn how to do these things, and you know, if you watch this this video a couple times, you'll be pretty proficient and know, you know, what to click and everything. And you could build these servers very quickly if you're doing a ton of these virtual events, and it's just maybe a couple people on a team, and you know, there's not the budget to get something a little more expensive. So this is it's pretty cool. What's been accomplished in such a short period of time.
Yeah.
With that, I want to head to the gallery and just say, anybody have anything to say? I would love to hear some of our panelists' thoughts on what we just did.
I knew it could do these kind of things like the voice chat, but I've never actually used that part of it. So that was pretty cool to see that. I tend to be on these ones that are more discussions or you know, help things, stuff like that, and that's quite different than using it for talking. So it's really interesting to see how well it works. I'd be curious to see what it would be like to use it as a poor man's comm on a show, to see whether it would work well or whether it would be too limited.
When I was using it for a urology conference, I did a text channel for each day. That way, because for us, it was really helpful to have links to things. If I needed to have someone else start a webinar or log in or look at something, I could just copy and paste the link to whatever they needed to get to, or a long password or whatever. And then we just quit looking at yesterday's text channel, but it was all there, still stored. And if we needed to, you know, if we were getting towards the end of a day and we were going to go ahead and start populating the next day's stuff, we could go ahead and just put it in that next day's thing. So when we got in the next day, we start looking at that channel, and the stuff, you know, those links are already there. So it was really helpful to have that.
Yeah, no, that's it like you just said, it's good for what it is. It's something that was workable. The text chatting, the organization is great. I liken it to anybody who used to be on like PHP forums back in the day, you know, but it doesn't look as dated as some of those older forums are.
You mean those DOS forums, the ones that you keep complaining about?
Exactly.
BBSs?
Somebody told me my forum looks like DOS. That was
Galacticom.
BBS. Oh, BBS.
Like
I used to be
BSW. Ugh.
I used to be very active on the old Harmony Central live sound forum, which was a great forum, but it was a PHP forum. But you know, the text, it has that kind of old feel to it, but it's so much more advanced with the way things are organized and how real time people are actually chatting and tagging each other. It's good. It's great for the text chat. And then this voice channel thing is like icing on the cake for making, you know, taking something that's very well to communicate in a text format, adding voice to it. And we didn't even show that you can add video to it as well. So you can be doing these video chats, not the same as Zoom, but similar. So pretty cool stuff.
So if someone has a problem with their setup in another location, you just hold up your phone and go, this is what it's doing. What am I doing?
Well, if you have Discord on your phone, you just share your phone. Let them see the setting, and they can tell you what button to push or what thing to enable or disable. So, yeah, no, it's pretty powerful.
I use
cool.
Discord all the time to help people set up OBS, to help people. Hell, I've helped people build computers over Discord. Holding their camera up and pointing at something as well. That's in the wrong spot. Move it.
That's what
There's
I mean.
your problem. Yeah. I definitely use Discord to help people all the time.
Great. So, anything else from the gallery before we start wrapping up? It is 9:00, and we're going to try to start the new year getting closer to ending on time, since we tend to go late some nights. Great. It doesn't look like anybody has anything else. So with that, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Come back next week. We have Andy, one of the developers of Zoom OSC, who's going to come in and give us a demo. If you're not familiar with Zoom OSC, go check it out. I'll grab a link for you guys in a sec to throw in the chats. If any of you guys who have it handy can grab it for me, that would be awesome. And then I'll copy and paste it over. Zoom OSC is going to kind of change how you look at Zoom, I think. So definitely want to come back next week. That's January 11th. Same bat time, same bat channel. We are AV Tech Talks is presented by AV Educate. So you're probably, if you're watching on Facebook, that's where you're watching it from. Maybe you clicked in through the event page, but you'll see that the host is AV Educate. So in the chat, I just posted where you can find AV Educate on Facebook. There's a page and a group. So to get the latest info and tons of content, there's lessons, there's modules, there's so much free information on the Facebook page and the group. You're going to want to join that. As Chris had mentioned at the top of show, we do have AV Educate has a YouTube channel as well. You're going to want to look at that as well. We're going to start streaming to both Facebook and YouTube soon. We get a lot of people who aren't on Facebook and don't use it. So we want to expand to give more options for people to catch the show. You can always also join us on the webinar. I've posted that link earlier, but I'll post the registration link one more time. And now that you're in Discord, that's going to give you another spot where you can get all the relevant information for AV Tech Talk specifically. Chris, did you want to just quickly, before we go, talk about your charity thing that you do?
Oh, of course. As always, everybody knows here, again, I stream on Twitch. That's where I come from. That's where my world is. I am still streaming for the kids. So anything donated through the Extra Life tag in my stream will go to the local hospital, which is Lee Memorial for me, to help pay bills, things of that nature. The other thing that I have going on is for me, myself personally, if you donate to my personal PayPal through the donations link to me in my Twitch channel, all the money that's done through that, we're going to be donating Nintendo Switches to the kids. Then that's an all year long thing. That doesn't mean tonight, tomorrow, next week. That is forever on my stream. It'll never go away. If you come in my chat and you type in ! Extra Life, it'll send you the link where you can donate there. And if you type in ! Switch, it'll pull up my donation link to send me the money to donate towards kids' Switches and stuff like that for the kids.
That's a great thing that you're doing, Chris. So, I applaud you for that. Thank you. And anybody who can go support Chris, if you can just drop those links in the chats, Chris, that would be great, where
Yes.
people can find you. I also just want to take a minute to thank the DVE store for their continued support of AV Tech Talks. Guy Cochran, they posted a comment earlier tonight or a question. Guy Cochran and his team, phenomenal. They can help you with any of your audiovisual needs. If you need cameras, PTZs, all sorts of stuff. They're super knowledgeable, and Guy is like one of the most friendly people I've had the pleasure of meeting during this pandemic. So dvestore.com, that link is also in the chat. So with that, I think we're all set. If everybody on the panel wants to give a little wave to Facebook, we'll say goodnight, and we'll see you guys next week. Thanks to the panel. Thanks to Chris for such a great demo, and we look forward to seeing you all again soon. Thanks.